Okay, so this is my submission for homework 2, the first question. As you can see, the background image is halfway down the page. The image remains in place when the user scrolls up and down. Here I just wrote that you should see the background image fixed halfway down the page and repeating horizontally. For question 2, both headings have a padding of 0.5, which is the relative size, and a dashed border with 2 pixels and a margin of also 0.5. Question 3, as you can see, the page header is yellow. The left paragraph is pink, right paragraph is green. Here is a layout that contains a header and 2 paragraphs side by side like columns. Floating was used, which allows things to move from left to right. Box sizing helps spacing when padding is added to the code. Question 4. Here are my favorite sites. When you click on each site, it brings you to the link that was added. Twitter. Foursquare. And Google. This question shows how to style your page using embedded style sheet. Each website name is a link, and once you hover over the line, the background does turn yellow. For question 5, it asks to show a text stroke effect using CSS, which makes the text pop. Inside the color, you can see that it's a lighter blue. The borderline is navy. A class was added in the code called stroke text, which applied the cool styles of the words. In question 6, 3 division elements were created, each with a width and height of 100 pixels. One is green, pink, and purple, and each box displays a number that shows how round it is. Border radius is used inside the code it's used to curve the corners of the boxes. In question 7, I created a linear gradient. Background is linear gradient, which the colors used for the gradient were inputted for the diagonal. For the diagonal feature, it was 45 degrees. Okay, this is question number 8. A box is moving in a square pattern. Once styling the box, the position was set to relative, which lets it move around the page using top and left. And animation was set to move the square. 4S for 4 seconds to make it last. Linear allows it to move at a constant pace for an infinite amount of time. Then we have question 9, which is a vertical layout. It is using Flexbox Container, which makes everything stack vertically and align each box. It's a different color, and we use the MTH child. For question 10, I inputted 4 pictures of the bees lined up in a row, and once you hover over it, the image scales up to 120% in size. Alright, for question 11, let me reset this. Okay, this page says enter the radius of the circle. So it asks the user to input a number for the radius of the circle, and once the number is in and you click on OK, it should calculate the diameter, circumference, and the area. So let's put 500. That's okay. Diameter is 1,000. Circumference is 3,141.59, and area is 78,398. For question 12, this is a math checker, and it asks for 2 numbers and lets you know if the first number is a multiple of the second. Sorry. So let's just put 100 for the first number, and 10. It should say 100 is a multiple of 10. And then we'll do 63 and 2. And 63 is not a multiple of 2. And last but not least, we have question 13, which shows a table with information of the square and cube of numbers from 0 to 5. So, yeah, that was pretty much it.